Good evening, everyone. How is everyone doing? Hello. I think we've got everything going fine. Still getting used to the new YouTube stuff that has popped up now that I have hit a milestone. But also wonderful to see everyone over on the Twitches hanging out. Hopefully this time round I've done the correct thing with YouTube and it is streaming to the correct stream and there people in chat are able to see it okay. Anyway, good evening everyone. I saw you MCA. So if anyone's not following MCA, go check out MCA. They're another Irish content creator who does Minecraft and he's a good fun creator to watch. Anyway, how is everyone doing? I want to chill. I just want to take a nice, easy, chill stream. I am a little bit pooped. December gets to me sometimes. It's just so busy. Anyway, let's see who is in here today. Curiosity, congrats on getting first. GG's. Redstone Archivist, Cyber Bees, good to see you. Cameron Ray, Sky, hello. Axioma, Jack Skelly Boy. Don't have any skeletons anymore, but I do have a Christmas tree. It's a little Christmas tree, but it's still a Christmas tree. We've also got a, where is it? A little star decoration up there. The Santa Claus is completely blending in with the background. I don't have a proper setup that's going to work very well for that. The tree is good. Usually it's a bit brighter, so I'm going to have a look at the electronics and stuff by tomorrow, I think, or something. And who else does see? Con, how you doing, Con? Lynn. Wonderful to see you all. Hi, Luffy. It is a little tree. It's actually, so, fun fact, quite a few of my decorations that I put up are things that I got, things that I actually got from my grandparents' house after they passed away. So, yeah. Oh, I didn't close that, did I? So yeah, it's just like a nice little. Actually, quite a few people in my family inherited quite a few decorations from my grandparents. They had a lot of decorations. They had a lot of Christmas decorations. So there was plenty to share around. But anyway, how is everyone doing? I hope everyone's having a good Monday. I have had a busy Monday, and I'm looking towards this week as like it's gonna be busy. It's gonna be busy. But I'll be looking forward to streams just as a nice time to chill. Charlie Brown taught us all trees are perfect. Oh yes, absolutely. Little trees are just as perfect as big trees, and we're going to be doing a lot of that today. Though I suppose technically they're mushrooms rather than trees. Tired after our crazy weekend. Was my weekend crazy? It wasn't not crazy. It was a bit different, a little bit busy. Also, I did a little bit of moving around of my camera. So I just realized I knocked something there. So hopefully, I think that might be better than what I did have it set up as. So might be a little bit clearer, easier to see me now. We put up our tree yesterday. It's a tiny little tree because it has to fit on top of a shelf to keep it out of Benny's reach. Ah, yes. His Majesty. I presume that's His Majesty. Yes? Lynn, congrats on the 35 stream streak. Wow. That's amazing. I don't know if anyone could just do me a quick favor. Actually, I could do this test myself. Should be able to test this myself. Quick test. Hi. Did I do the correct thing? I think I did do the correct thing. It should be fine. Well, if someone starts looking for me on YouTube, they can always pop by and say, hang on, is this working? Because I had that happen earlier. Benny, His Royal Majesty, Benny the Destroyer. Countess Cookie Cake. Miss Maury. Yes, okay. I was slightly worried that I had made the same mistake as I did last stream. Well, good to see you, Miss Maury. Okay, let's fix my FOV. And There we go. Simon's Junger, thank you so much for the follow on Twitch. Welcome. Sorry, for the hydrate. Oh, no, that was a hydrate. Oh, never mind. I'm getting mixed up. Simon's, thanks for the hydrate. We're working. Fantastic. Okay, let's get stuck into what we're going to do today. Mama Loki, how are you doing? Need to do back into my body, please. What's that on the horizon? Spoilers. Big spoilers. I wonder how many times this spoiler is going to pop up in stream today. That's the... I finished the build. I finished the build. It's there. But we're not going to have a proper look at it today. We're going to save that until it goes into video. Okay, shaders off. And I think... I got told there's a snail somewhere in our kingdom. Ah! He's taking a drink from the potion. Huh. Rosen Bell 23, thank you for the follow. Welcome into the course. If you want to let us know how your day's going, please do. If you want you to sit back and relax, that's also fine too. Just a sec. Snail. I have not done snail yet. Do you know what? Let's make it a thing. Let's do an actual proper clip, okay? We'll do a quick recording so that we can actually record it for posterity. Okay. Oh, I just need to check one little thing. Nope, all good, all good, all good. Okay, good to go. Right, ready to record. Ah, ooh. Looks like Bamboo have been working on some stuff. What? What's on top of the potion? Well, it looks like bamboo. I'm pretty sure that looks like it's a bamboo thing. Here, just quick check. There's no grounders sneaking about. No. Okay, right, we're good. Right, let's see what's going on up here. Okay. It looks like a snail. It's from bamboo, clearly. I don't know whether there was supposed to be a book here or not. Dude, are you lost? Huh. Do you know what? I think I'm going to have to check in with Fool and see what the story is that. Let's see if we can get Fool online and have a chat with him. Okay, that's actually an opportune moment for me to see if I can catch a clip of Fool. So, gonna do that. I'm gonna message Fool whenever he's free, and we will. Oh, me giving out to Legundo earlier on about not having the streamer thing on, and like, there's me not having it on. So I'm gonna go open, but yeah, I need to check a Fool and see what the story is because I haven't got the book. Is there anything else I wanted to check out? Oh, there's also the we've got mail over there as well. Let's grab that as a clip as well. We'll just do we'll do a quick clip there. Wrong button. There's the button. Okay. But it also looks like we've got some mail. Let's check this out. I wonder if Fool's done this. Oh, it's from Duvid. It's urgent. What's going on? Dear Renata, according to our records, you do not have an elytra and or gas license. Please schedule an appointment with the local DMV in order to obtain your license. Excuse me? You need a license now? Hang on a second. I've been driving these guys for months without a license. Since when does a license come into thing? Also, what on earth is a DMV? Like, is that some kind of American thing? Because, like, I don't understand. Maybe someone in the comments down below could explain to me what a DMV is. Mm-hmm. Department of Motor Vehicles. Oh, yeah, we don't have a Department of Motor Vehicles. We've probably I think ours is the RSA, which is the Road Safety Authority. I think that's the one which we've got. I think that covers it as well. Does that cover the licenses? I think it's actually. Here's me going to check my license now to see what is actually on the thing. I am not showing it to you. Oh, no, no, no. It's the NDLS, the National Driver's License Service. Oh, jeez. Didn't see Trog get on. All the peoples. Well, there you go. We don't have a DMV here in Ireland, so like, is Duvid's jurisdiction transatlantic? No, I'm messing around there. Okay, so a couple of things we're going to do today. I do want to do just like some chill mushroom mashing as well. I want to check and see how much of the red stuff Fool actually has and how much he actually needs. Let's just do a quick flyby of Wonderland and kind of get an idea of how much actually is left to be filled in. It was like, okay, so quite a bit over here. I know he's done quite a bit on the floors already. Is that supposed to be filled in with here, I'm gonna do this would be easier if I just do free cam to get a proper view. Like, actually, I don't think he's far off finishing this. The main thing they're probably looking for is the shroom lights. He's used so many shroom lights. Wow. Okay. And let's see. AKA Hell. Is that what the DMV is? It's Hell? I thought that was the back rooms. Or is the DMV the same thing as the back rooms? Oh, we got a headband. Let me go get a music disc. Because I'm live on YouTube, I can't play ABBA. Not without getting not with ABBA trying to take money from, well, rightfully taking money. DMV could be in the the back rooms. The DMV could be the back rooms. Oh, okay. Here, what's that tune? That's actually a pretty good tune we got there. Let's see, what other music discs do we have available to us? Creator. That's a Fool disc. Good times at B. It's been a while since you've been around. Oh, you're fine. It's good to see you. It's great to see you, and it's great when people come back. When they can make it back. I think in honor of Beans and Jelly Beans, we'll play Cat. Okay, that'll be a good one for just hit part 3 of Oathbringer, dude. You are oh. Dude, you're in, like, you think part 3 is nuts. It's just the brain melt just continues. The brain melt it never stops. It never stops. Here, let me get the headband on. It is Christmas nearly, and then we can do some music. Oh, you're very in it right now. Oathbringer, I think, is probably my favorite of the 5. Okay, I know. Was it Words of Radiance is a very close second. By the way, we're talking about Stormlight Archive, guys. Great series by Brandon Sanderson. Very big books. But yeah, Solly is, they're currently going through it. You should read it. Actually, Solly, didn't you say that you're doing an audiobook version as well? Or was that Hoodie? I can't remember now. Let's have some tunes. Let's have some tunes. Let me turn off Spotify so I can do this, and this. Oh. Hello? Is that not working? Ah, there we go. Whee! Tunes. Rooks, your brother is right. Brandon Sanderson has got incredible writing. Tacky Rose, thanks so much for the follow. Whee. Cats. Boots and cats and boots and cats. Oh, whoops. do, do, do. do, do, do. Oh, old school Minecraft as well, because like these are like one of the original discs. This is what people used to dance out to back in the olden days of Minecraft. Many, many, many moons ago. I do need to catch up on chat in a second. do, 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 do. Oh, voice is funky tonight. I did have a cold over the weekend. Sniffles. Sniffles. I had sniffles. Do 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 do. I think that is plenty. Here, let me pop back on the other Minecraft music. Oh, it's a great track. Anyway. And mix and match written and audio depending on what I'm doing. I spotted a certain beloved character in the epigraphs earlier. I went to the audiobook to double check. Which particular beloved character? There's way too many of them. I love them all. I love those books. Here, let me put this black stone away. Unfortunately, I have such a big reading list right now. I haven't worked on it at all. Dude, in fairness, Con, it takes quite a while. If you've got a reading list, fair play to you, get through it. And someday, Sanderson will show up. And then, if you're a fast reader like me, you'll demolish those books. I'm pretty sure I read the latest book, Wind and Truth, which is, I think, 1,300 pages long, in about 3 days. I had a very hard time putting that down. Here. Just going to quickly catch up on chat. Let's see. Because I missed a little bit there. I'm sure there's going to be some sort of flying pun there, but since I'm working, I can't dedicate. Ghosts. Ghosts. Oh, ghasts. Oh, right, yes, DMV stuff. SBK DMV is doing his way of coping with failing his written test the first time. I think I failed my written test for my driver's license as well the first time as well. I think I did have to go do it a second time. I think in the back rooms it could be Limbo. They do have a similar quality, I suppose. Don't worry, if you fail the test, you can bribe Duva for a license, or so take some you might want. I did have an idea. However, I have to do it in character as if I have no idea what's going on. So I'll try and I need to try and get Duvid for it. It's bureaucratic backrooms. Copyright is a scam which pushes the artist subject to corporations and capitalism while denying the natural artistic process of adaptation and reinterpretation, and yet still failing to protect small creators. Depends on what jurisdiction you're in. Variant, because copyright is dealt with differently in different jurisdictions. It's designed to protect the artist originally, but some jurisdictions, some countries have changed the rules. For good things about Brandon Sanderson, checked out earlier to Oathbringer's 18th stand-up book now and only starting in January. Yes, Ollie. Krista Jean, good to see you. Slipshot. Oh, I get to do this now. Guys. Shout out. It's Slipshot. Slipshot had his first stream yesterday. Mutelets, good to see you too. Guys, please, everyone go over and follow Slipshot. He deserves a little bit of love. He streamed yesterday. I did post about it in my Discord, but obviously I know not everyone's in the Discord. But yeah, please go follow Slipshod. He's started streaming from it's a SMP called Snow SMP. So yeah, um, let's see. I thought that too, but what I love about the Cosmere is that you get breaks from one world while you get to go to another. By the time you're done with one world, you're ready and excited to return to the next one. So true, Solly. Like that's the amazing thing. Like if you, because you guys decided to go with one of the read through lists where with reading the Cosmere, it's encouraged to you're encouraged to not read every series in one go. So for example, you read the first book of Stormlight, then maybe you might read some of Mistborn, so you kind of mix and match. Okay, time to go. Modify pub order we're using. Yes. Okay, what are we going to do today? I said I wanted to do a little bit of shroom mashing. This is a little bit different to using the farm. We've got an automatic farm for our trees, but I just feel like let's go back and do a little bit of good old-fashioned crimson fungus mashing, and we're going to grow some of these guys. We're going to take them down with our hoe, and part of this is just so that we can actually we'll get more red blocks for chopping down these trees more than we would if we weren't doing it. We're going to do that for the first part of the stream, and then later in the stream we're going to spoilers, later in the stream we're going to maybe build a few more of these little islands around the place. So that's the plan. Because we got these little, I would love to build more of these around. But yeah, we're going to do that. Shrooming. Neat. Also, I just realized I have not slept. Can I sleep before they knock me out of bed? That's the question. Aha! You thought you could get me, you little suckers. Goodbye. Goodbye. Oh, look, it's the Trog. The Phantom Master left the game. Oh, it's just like, oh, it feels like I'm back at the beginning of the season now doing this. This is what we had to do to get our trees. We had to climb all the way through these and take them all down all the time. Like that was the thing. Actually, I might use our pearl method when we're doing this. Love a mush tree. Mush trees. You said suckers. Yes, I did say suckers. I may have done it with a slight imperfect accent, and it might have sounded a little bit like something else. I was actually talking about this with another Irish creator there today, about the Irish accent and some of the, not necessarily difficulties we have, but like unique situations we end up with due to our accent and the pronunciation of some of the letters that we use. So he's starting to make videos with voiceover, and he's wanted to check in on a few things, and he shared a copy of his of the voiceover he was doing, and he'd done a little bit of work on it as well. But one thing that's very obvious with Irish speaker, like the Irish accent, is that there's a little bit more of a stronger S and a T in our pronunciation. Also, some Irish accents don't pronounce the TH very well. Instead of saying a TH, they say a T. They say dat. They might sound more like a D. So it's some pronunciations a little bit weird. Does anyone know when Fool will return from the war? I don't know. I really don't know. I'll have to ask him. I'll send him a letter, and maybe I'll get a reply. And it might take some time. Like it's a dangerous business that he's in. That's the dangers of war, isn't it? Okay, put the swear jar away. Thank you. Like when Corrales says "EFO," yes. That's actually probably a good that's probably a good comparison to it. We just have pronounce words in interesting ways sometimes. I know personally, I suppose I've got a little bit of an advantage because I trained as a singer. So when you train as a singer, you get you have to really think about how you pronounce things a lot of the time. Which I've also studied pronunciation, which means I've also studied pronunciation in different languages as well. So it is ooh, actually you get quite a bit of this stuff pretty quickly, don't you? It's nice. It can be very chopping down the trees has got two modes to it. You either have the satisfaction of taking it all down and be like, oh, nice to take this all down. Or you've got the frustration that you have to knock down so much of this stuff every time you need to get trees. Why are there pistons in the floor? Ah, very good question, actually. So this is not just... This is actually a farm. It's not originally supposed to be for... it was... Was it originally supposed to be for the tree? I kind of like designed it to be useful for growing trees as well. But what this is it's basically a flower farm. So this is a style of... This the same technology as a flower farm. The only difference is that instead of grass, we have Nilium. The Nilium will allow you to just basically farm all the nether plants. So yeah, that's how it all works. Oh, I just broke it. Now it's fixed. So yeah, that's what it is. It's basically an Ilium farm. Sorry, a nether plant farm. We don't actually use it as that anymore. As you can see, I've actually been using it more for growing normal mushrooms rather than anything else. So yeah, that's what this was really at the beginning. Little Nilium farm. Anyway, everyone got their Christmas presents all bought? I haven't. We had a discussion there. I think that just like with me and my siblings. And we're like, okay, because we do a Secret Santa thing amongst myself and my siblings and their partners. So we all do the Secret Santa across the bunch of us. For those who don't know what Secret Santa is where you do a random thing where everyone ends up getting one of each other. So, for example, I'll get, say, one of my siblings, and then they'll get me or someone else. So everyone just gets one present from the group rather than a whole bunch of too many presents, and making it more expensive, I suppose, and more tricky for everyone. So yeah, that's what we do amongst my siblings. And well, one of the tricky things is that one of our partners is actually one of my siblings is in a long distance relationship, and their partner is not going to be home, not going to be over for Christmas, so we need to get the present to them. And because we need to get the present to them, we need to figure out, okay, how do we keep the secret? How do we get the present to them? Because my sibling is going to be visiting their partner before Christmas, and they need to bring the present over. But it needs to be kind of implied that, like, okay, we do not know who this is from. So, I think what we're going to do is we're just going to, whoever has got their partner is going to put the Christmas under the tree, present under the tree, and then my sibling can take them over and say, oh, okay, right, didn't know who this was, and we can bring it over, and it's all done. Do White Elephant, I tend to get slightly not appropriate presents, or a funny one. I haven't, yeah, it'll be something like that. I don't know exactly what to do. I'm awful at presents, by the way. I am absolutely, truly awful when it comes to Christmas presents. Always takes me absolutely forever to get it sorted. I don't really believe in buying presents. If I give a gift, it's usually something I made. Ooh, that's a nice thing to be able to do. That is a very nice thing to be able to do, to be able to make a gift. I've done that a couple of times. I think a couple of times I've done, like, made like a CD or something like that with a bunch of music that I've recorded. And it's usually for a family member. But yeah, done that a couple of times. I love the White Elephant game. We used to call it the swap game. We'd have a huge game of it with a neighborhood when I was young. Ooh. I don't think I'm familiar with the White Elephant game. It's still, Krista still has 2 people they need to shop for. Cyberbees is also in the buying phase. My one goal this year is to scrounge enough to get my little brother lots of international snacks. Oh, that's cool. That's a cool idea. Since that is what he wants, and he has been so utterly sweet this year, he unprompted cleaned the little room, and I'm going to use this as my office, and build me a gaming chair. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's amazing. White Elephant is the best. Each person brings something of X value, and then they put all the numbers from the presents in a bowl, and then you get that one. Then the next person gets to either steal one or get a new one. Oh, actually, I think I've heard of this done in workplaces. I think I've heard of that being done in a few places. Sounds similar to some of the stuff that I've heard of. The other one I've heard of is where people bring gifts that they like a re-gifting thing, where they bring a whole bunch of gifts that they didn't want or didn't know how to re-gift and stuff, and then they bring the stuff into the group, and then between them all they kind of feel like, actually no, I would use that, or like I would use that, and like you actually find that it becomes useful. You got 2 Secret Santa kits as well. First person picks present, yeah. Fushy! Oh my word, Fushy! Wow! That's an amazing achievement. 70 stream streak. You absolute legend. Thank you so much for tuning in to my streams, Fushy. That is really appreciated. I probably went too far that time. Nope, did not. Great. Okay, my watch streak is apparently 1. But you know what? That's fine. That's absolutely fine. Those who want to participate in the watch streak, it's amazing. It's an amazing little achievement to do. And I love celebrating it. But honestly, like, for me, it's about you guys coming in when you feel like you need a place to chill and chat. And just having a nice chill vibe. That's what I want to provide. BB. Is Quilby is still... Oh. Whoa. Trog's got an interesting face mask on. Uh-huh. Cryptid is... Oh, that's so cool. Cryptid is on a 3-stream streak. GG's. Slipshod, we usually had everyone bring 2 gifts. Usually one silly gift, like a roll of toilet paper or something, and then a more serious gift. Now, if it was the start of the pandemic, people would probably thank you for that. I was like, that wasn't that the joke about the toilet paper at the start of the pandemic? Everyone was like going crazy over toilet paper. Your watch streak is at 42, Slip. Yes. Alright, I just realized I blew my nose into the microphone there. That's so cool. Ah, Miss Maury's almost done with her dad and grandmother's presents. Oh, you're making them, are you? My family passed away jar of pickled asparagus around for years. It was a trap in the White Elephant. The same jar. That's hilarious. So did it ever get eaten? Or did it just get to a point where it just could not be consumed? And it's just like, yeah, we're not touching this. My Twitch chat is freezing again. Why? I didn't see the white elephant and it already been answered. I'm switching to YouTube. No problem, Luffy. I don't know, what is it? I'm hoping that's just people's like Twitch being twitchy for individual people rather than being a general thing on Twitch. Yeah, I am liking this way of getting this nether wart block. We should be doing pretty good with... We're not going to get a huge amount of wood out of this, but that's not the goal. The goal here is to get as much of this red stuff as we can for Fools to make his job easier. Actually, not gonna lie, the toilet paper was an awesome gift I got as a kid. There was a secret $20 rolled into it. Okay, that's a good compromise now. That's a good compromise for a toilet roll gift. Like, if I was a kid and I got a toilet roll, I'd be like, serious. I'd be incredibly annoyed, and my whoever got me it would know about it. But then, if I open it up and I found €20, or if it was actually probably, when did the euro come in again? This is where I'm showing my age again, guys. Sorry, it would have been £20 probably. For those who do not know, the euro is a fairly new currency. It's younger than the millennium. It came in, I think, in like 2001, 2002. So before 2001, 2002, Ireland used the Irish pound. Yeah, so it was we had a different currency back then. It was the early 2000s. Yep. So to think that there's adults now who are younger than the euro. Oh, actually, there's people playing on this server who are younger than the euro. Oh. But still, like a £20 note, that would have been amazing. Actually, £20 note would have been an absolutely incredible, because like 20, maybe 10, it probably would have, £10 would have been more likely what I would have gotten. Yeah. I think it's just for some reason chat seems to keep on going and scrolls on up when I close and reopen Twitch. My dad and his brother were dared by my grandfather to try it. This is the pickle jar. So your dad, dad and brothers were dared by my grandfather to try it. It was apparently gross, but people kept offering change to the pot to get them to try it, and they made a pretty penny even if it was gross. Oh, that's hilarious. The worst one I got was a box of Pokemon cards I happened to really want, but it was just the empty box of it. Oh no. That's... Now, unless you got something else to compensate, that's a pretty cruel joke, I think. Oh, that is struck. That is struck. I feel like if I was using toilet paper and $20 rolled out, I would not trust the $20. The funny one is when you get like the novelty toilet paper, like where like there's sheet music or something other silly written on it. Like it's one of those toilet papers which is more just like you wouldn't actually use it. It'd be like, well, at least you wouldn't use it as toilet paper, because you'd be kind of like, well, I don't really want to don't really want to use toilet paper that's likely to cover me in ink or something as it rubs off or whatever. Trump face toilet paper. I don't want that anywhere near my body. I do not want it anywhere near my body. Also, why am I all of a sudden feeling like we're in an Avid stream? We're talking about toilet paper and, and its uses. Avid would be proud, wouldn't he? We just have to embrace it as it happens. Avid is infectious. Oh God, yes, absolutely. He has that effect on people. I've seen it, and I don't really get a chance to watch his streams very often because, well, they usually happen when I'm in bed and asleep or trying to get to sleep. I'm currently doing Avid fan art, so seems fitting. Do you want to add some toilet paper into it and just post it with no context? I don't know how he'd react to that. How do you think Avid would react if all of a sudden there was fan art that included toilet paper in it, and it'd be just like, and then he got us like, what? Where did that come from? I don't remember this conversation. It does sound like a conversation he probably had, but like, I don't know if he's had conversations about toilet paper before. I gotta go grab some sugar boxes. You got 2 Hot Wheels. When I was very little, I remember I had a little Pixar car game, but somehow the disc got damaged. So as I went, as a kid, went, oh, I want the sequel because surely all games have better sequels, and put 2 cars on my list. And you got Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels is a pretty decent thing for a kid to get, though. Pretty sure. Time to draw Avid with toilet paper roll and post it in Discord. Do you know what? Whatever. Do you know, I am happy to promote my friends. And if you want to do a similar silly thing with me talking about it and talking about Avid's toilet paper, that's just this. Okay, I don't know where this is going, guys. I don't know where this is going. Here I am wearing a headband, chopping down mushrooms, and talking about toilet paper. And somehow it's come into... Yeah, Marm doesn't scare me as much as Avid. Sorry, did you say Marm doesn't scare you as much as Avid? Really? Like definitely Marm is the one to be scared about. Marm can be terrifying. Yeah. In fairness, she gets a lot of practice in Avid. Like, Marm doesn't flatten things. No, Avid flattens things and flattens and erects things is probably the best way to describe that. Whatever that was, yeah. But anyway, yeah, that and the whole me figuring out that, like, forgetting that the Irish pound was a thing, and that the euro, like, actually, I do that was a thing. Like, but I remember having to currency change as a kid in the EU, huh? Yeah, because like my first couple of trips to the continent, we did Belgium. And Belgium, of course, it was before Euro, so I had to get the francs there, and then we also visited France that trip as well, and we had to get separate currency. We had to get French francs. I was like, it was, yeah, kind of crazy. Marm doesn't flatten things. Marm helped with the flattening. She did, yes. Like, oh look, absolutely. Avid, Marm just enabled. That particular time it was an enabling thing, rather than she was not the flattener. Like Avid is it was Avid's dress up costume thing, and like actually he's been hoping to do something like that for a while now. It's been thrilled to have the opportunity to flatten the bank. Avid's chat gets stuck on crazy things like a button that didn't do anything in his base on Misadventures. I think that fun with the toilet paper. Thing is, I actually have toilet paper in one of my bases. Did I just say that? I have no idea where that happened. Huh. Now I know where it happened. Yeah, on Grounders, there is a toilet in my base. It was one of the things I decided, do you know what? This place needs a toilet. Let's do that. Let me fix this back again. Every base needs a toilet? Really? We don't have a toilet over here. Should I install a toilet in this place? This is known. I have a sealed pack of brand new first run French Euros from the changeover. Every child in my school got one. Oh, that's cool. Actually, we did, like myself and my siblings, when the Euro came in, we got these, it was kind of like a big board or a big book, a collection box board thing. And what you were supposed to do, as you found all the different Euro coins from across the Eurozone, you were supposed to put a single one of each coin into it. So you get all the Irish coins. Because for those who don't know, every country that uses in the Eurozone mints their own euros. So the Irish coin has got the Irish harp, which is our official national symbol. Right, the one that's used in the government and stuff like that. So that's in the back of all our coins. Whereas if you go to, I don't know, if you go to Austria, there's a whole bunch of important people on the back of their coins and stuff. So different countries have got different things. So people were collecting the different coins. Probably no different to like people who collect coins these days. I don't know if coin collection is much of a thing anymore. But it used to be a huge thing in throughout history. I don't know. Did my grandfather collect? I think my grandfather's had a collection of coins. He was more of a stamp collector, though, I think, rather than a coin collector. Ah, the old school things that they did before Pokemon cards were a thing. They collected stamps. I don't know if people do that as much these days. There's so many different things you can collect now. YouTube doesn't have redeems, so I'm just going to use caps. Yeah, is a difficulty with YouTube is that there isn't an opportunity to do redeems. I suppose, yeah, I'm not really sure how I could do it. Hydrate, good idea. Let's see. My builds often have toilets or outhouses. Outhouses is a cool one. I haven't built one of those yet, I don't think. I mean, making a bathroom in most spaces, it's just a perfect place to AFK. Honestly, it's a good idea if you're ever really like thinking, if you're working on interiors, it's a good feature to include, especially if you're trying to like find things to fill up space. Like I did a bit of interior decoration on Avid Adventures, for a couple of the other guys on the server, because I just want to try this out. And one of the things I insisted on doing was including a bathroom in the builds that were kind of like tenements. So like there were little tenement buildings where the workers would go and live. They would live and then they would go work in the little forges that were nearby, which I also did the interiors of, but there's no bathrooms in the forges because there wasn't space. But there was a little restroom, not restroom, little staff area upstairs in the forges, so that people could just relax and have their coffee breaks. I should have got Fool on to do some of the some coffee things. I still have my old stamp. You still have an old stamp collection album in our flat that my parents were working on. Sometimes I buy fancy stamps for it. That's cool though. It's nice to kind of like, if you've got like family collections things, and it's nice to keep those on. Like one of the things that I have from my grandfather, I think he might have got it from his grandfather possibly, we've got a butterfly collection. or butterfly moth collection, and there's these big boxes, and it's just been, all the butterflies have been collated into a nice design. So I've got that stored away because I don't really have any location for it at the moment. So maybe in the future I'll have a nice location for it. But yeah, it's just a cool thing to be able to keep those collections. Maybe do something with them in the future. I don't know if I'll ever do something with that in the future. Not quite sure what to do with it exactly at the moment because I don't really know much about it. But maybe in the future I might go in and see if I can get, if anyone else in the family is interested, or we can find someone who really, really loves collecting butterflies and stuff and will make their day. Who knows? Krista, I just got home from dinner, walked in and forgot I made a chili for dinner, and that's all I could smell. I'm excited. Ooh, that sounds good. Now I need to make some cornbread for it. Nice. Let us know how it goes. Sounds like it's a good dinner. Made it a little sweeter because I make it chili spicy, so it works out quite well. Sweet and spicy can be good. The apartment building, yes. It was a while back. Like, this is so I popped on to do a little bit of Avid Adventures in between seasons of Skyblock Kingdoms. So yeah, that's like some of the stuff that I did in between seasons. Avid invited everyone in SBK, if they wanted to do some stuff in between seasons, that they could hop on to his server and do some stuff there. So yeah, it was a good little time to do some stuff. So I did a couple little things while I was on there. But at the time, like, I was still very self-conscious about building. Still reasonably self-conscious about building it myself anyway. But at least not without tools to kind of help me out at the moment. But yeah, I'm getting better at it. Both the self-conscious bit and the building bit. My secret is brown sugar because it doesn't make it too sweet, but it helps with the heat. Ooh. Outhouse Island, its own tiny island off one of the others. Miss Mori, you're a genius. We just put an outhouse on an island, and the only way people can get to it is they have to fly. Or we make a parkour course out to it, which is difficult to do. Visited a museum with a butterfly exhibit last month. Was so pretty. Ooh. Absolutely. Inconvenient bathrooms are the best. They're the most hilarious as well. Yeah, you gotta jump for your pee. Well, it'd be even funnier is if we put the toilet paper on a different island. So you have to remember to go get the toilet paper from another island before you go. So you grab your toilet paper and then you jump over to the island to go. So you really have to know when you're going and not, hopefully not leave it last 2 seconds. So are all the new folks stream only for SBK? At the moment, I'm not 100% sure. They haven't, some of them might, they haven't decided, I don't know if they've decided themselves yet. If they're going to do videos or not. But yeah, they said that they might. Oh, that's a thunderstorm. But yeah, the as far as I know, they'll be on when they'll probably stream for a bit. Some of them might do videos. Shoppo also does YouTube videos. I could see her doing them more now. Like, the thing is, all of them do. All of them do make videos. Like, well, I don't know about Cam. Actually, no, Cam does make videos, but Cam's been making videos on I'm pretty sure Cam's been making videos on Misadventures. So yeah, all four of them, they all do make videos. But if they decide to make videos on SBK, that's up to them. Then again, like Fool doesn't. There's Fool and Pie haven't made any videos for season 1 yet. Sorry, season 2 yet. They're stream only at the moment. So there's other people on the server who are also stream only. I started out on Skyblock Kingdoms as stream only. I went in with the intention of not making videos really. I kind of had like an inkling in the back of my mind I might, just in case, do some. I did some recording at the beginning, did some flashback. Sorry, I did flashback at the beginning to get some recordings just in case I decided to come back and do a video later, which I'm glad I did, because I did end up coming back and making a video in the end, and making a lot more videos. And yep. Pie has been working on a video, but it's been constantly delayed. You know, that's life. And like, the thing is, the Fool has also worked a bit on making video as well. But like, I know the difficulty, and it's not easy to get it going. Especially like if you've got busy lives and stuff like that, it's hard to do. Like, Pie is a busy person. Fool is a busy person. Like, I know we've got full-time creators on the server, but we've also got, most of us are still just like, we've got jobs. So yeah, it's a thing. Okay, we'll probably go a little bit lighter. Do I need to fill up on water? I'm going to take a break while the ads are running on Twitch. I don't know if I can do the ads the same way on YouTube. Anyway, we'll see. I'll be back in a second. I'm just going to go grab some water. Who's Misbehave? I don't know her. She sounds like fun. That is something I've actually been surprised about. They've yet to put a drag queen on Drag Race called Misbehave. There has to be one out there. There has to be. Well. Anyway, we've never done anything wrong in our lives. No. No, definitely not. Never. We're all good and innocent. Totally. Khan's only done one crime? Really? Like, I can't imagine what that would be. Imagine someone might have that name copyrighted. Oh, definitely. No, no, it'd be like a trademark maybe, but like it wouldn't be. It's enough to be fully copyrighted. Maybe there's a Minecrafter called Misbehave instead of like that's a, actually the funny thing with Minecrafters is you don't get quite the same, you don't always get the same level of imaginativity in names necessarily when it comes to Minecraft names. They can be very random sometimes across the MCYT. My inventory is normal. I just get busy and don't sort it. Oh, yeah, I've got some sorting to do as well. Like, there's definitely stuff up there that needs to be sorted, and I haven't got around to it yet. Okay, this is actually a very good way of getting this stuff. It's so much faster. A lot of people came up with their names as children and just keep them. Yes. What's fascinating though is, because like there's so many kids these days who got usernames from like a young age online. They're already getting embarrassed about the usernames that they had made for them when they were younger. And by younger, I mean like by a few years. Say like a 10-year-old getting embarrassed by the username that he made when he was 8. Isn't that just like kind of crazy? Whereas I didn't quite have that issue because I was making my username when I was a teenager. Yeah. No, that's the joys of coming to the internet and as a millennial. Wasn't bad username. I had a childhood username, but my current one I've had since I was 16. Yeah, and like actually I've had this username. I've had an Athra being occasionally used most of the time since I was about 16ish. So yeah, that's been going for a while. Shell, how are you doing? Good to see you. I've had this one since I was 13. So Sky Shinigami Alchemist is an awesome username though. I'm doing grand. I'm a bit wrecked. It's Christmas season. So we're just giving my island partner a little help by gathering some resources for him for a build. So yeah, I am just needing to take it easy at the moment because it's December, and December for me is so busy. Thanks to it being December and the time when my job is just like, hey, another Christmas thing. Oh yeah, did you not know you had this other Christmas thing to do? Oh yeah, and this Christmas thing to do. Ugh, I'm all Christmased out of it, but I will be making some Christmas stuff. December sucks for work. I am looking forward to January when I can sit back and relax and make a little bit more, just like relax into the content a little bit more. Actually, I'm looking forward to the 26th of December. So on the 26th of December, I'll have probably about a week's worth of time where just like everything just like calms down for that time. And I'll be able to just like chill and make content and not feel under Not feel pulled left, right, and center all the time with work and stuff. So yeah, that is my hope. How are you doing, Shell? Hope you're doing well too. My username is only 6 years old or so. Well, as long as you don't tell us when your username was made, we won't do the math. Or we'll just all pretend that we're really bad at math here. Except I'm actually pretty good at math. The only time I only started doing badly at math when I got to higher level maths for my for like my final couple of years of school. So, and even then I didn't fail. Like we were doing like higher level math. I did higher level maths, and I did I think I got a C. So that would be about, what was it? 90 is over 85 is over 85 is A. 70 to 85 is B. Yeah, so I think I got somewhere between 65 and 70 in maths for or it was a C3. I can't remember if it was a C3 or a C1. Whatever it was. It was something like 60 or 65% that I got for my maths for my final exams. The equivalent of what we call them the leaving cert here. It's basically the equivalent of like the British A levels. Only class I got a C in. Ooh, do you know, honestly, like C's not that bad. Like a C's pretty good. My old one's actually really funny to me, Colin says, mostly as it was blank blue, which is not the colour I'm normally about. No, it isn't actually. Slipshot, I used to look forward to the day my in-laws go home after their Christmas visit, lol. It is nice to think about those days as well, just like where you can just sit back, relax, and not have to worry about doing the whole, like, take it easy with the family stuff and everything. Sky, I adore math so long as I'm not required to memorize things. Good point. Yeah. That was actually that was my tricky issue with history. So I loved history until I had to memorize dates. Because that's the thing that got me, is trying to, like, it felt like I spent most of my time trying to memorize dates in school rather than actually learning about the history itself. So you're like, oh, this date here, this date there, and then you needed to regurgitate those dates in the exam to pass. And I was like, oh, I would just want to know the story and have a general idea of when things are. It was pretty good at like remembering like the order of when things happen, more or less, but like remembering the dates, oof, that was my struggle. Names as well a little bit, but not as bad as the dates. Miss Murray's home, yay, shoes off, braid undone, blankie acquired, lovely. Love maths, probably why I got into tabletops role plays. That's a good point, yeah. Lots of maths there, but fun math. Let me see, did I miss anything in chat there? Countess Cookie, the odd week between Christmas and New Year's, time no longer exists. It's so magical. It's the most wonderful time of the queer. I had to add a little bit there at the end. History is not your strong suit. Yeah, I got an A, but only because it was the only class I didn't, that I wasn't in honours. My school history focuses on topics I find less interesting, gives me textile or agricultural history instead. Ooh. I suppose I was always somewhat interested. I've always kind of like been interested in like how, like, because like history tends to focus in on like in school, or at least in my case, it tends to focus in on Sky's Vikings going over to Sky for some reason. Cool. There's probably a reason there. But yeah, I did find like the cultural stuff and particularly like the older stuff, but I got somewhat interested in like the political and like changing like in the culture stuff. I'm definitely more interested like in history as close to as when it's more like feels like more out there, more mythological rather than historical. It's one of the reasons why when what was it, Age of Empires came out, I was like, okay, cool, played Age of Empires, it was fine. But my real love was Age of Mythology. Well, that was the game that I played way too much as a kid because it's magic, and that's what I loved. Excuse me. I don't get along with subjects that don't have an exact answer. Yes. Oh, whoopsie daisies. Oh, here we go. I was fairly like that in school as well. Like I needed, like that's why I got on pretty well with like the science subjects. That was the stuff that I was pretty good at. I was like, the thing that I excelled at generally was music, but the stuff that I struggled with in music, the stuff that I excelled at in music was the stuff that, particularly at that age, the stuff that I excelled at was the stuff that where you could just like create and read and create and make and just like recreate. So I was pretty good at the performance because I could reproduce the music really well. It was always more of I reproduce the music rather than necessarily create new music. I was never particularly strong at the composition side of things. So wasn't very good at composing. Definitely wasn't comfortable improvising or anything like that when I was in school. A lot easier as I have worked at it over the years now. Now I can generally do a casual improv on the piano or whatever. But because it's a skill that I have had to hone over the years just through accompanying people with like, yeah, it's just a skill that you work on. I love history, but oh, here we go. School is a lot of the time it is focused on like the war and the politics stuff. And then if you do school history in Ireland, it's also incredibly depressing because you basically just hear how you get beaten up all the time, or how you're never able to fully put together a proper rebellion, or you decide to put a rebellion together, but someone forgot to tell them that was going to be next Tuesday, so half the group don't bother showing up because they're like, well, I didn't realize it was next Tuesday, but I thought it was going to be the following Tuesday. Didn't you say it was going to be Friday? And then that person says, but I thought it was going to be Sunday. And then everyone just gets confused. And then, of course, the British come in a little bit more organized, not really having to do a huge amount of just like deal with the rebellion. That's genuinely happened, by the way, guys. Is that in Irish history, some of those rebellions, the reason why they failed was not necessarily because they didn't have the forces to do it and that the plan wasn't good. It's just basically that like a couple of details were not able to be passed on to the right people particularly well, so they ended up failing that way because they just timing. Did you know 1916 rebellion, which is probably one of the most famous ones in Ireland, it's also a failed rebellion. That rebellion was supposed to take over Dublin Castle, which was a seat of power in Dublin. Dublin Castle at the time was, I think, manned by a small group, if practically no people at all. And but they were able to make enough noise to basically scare off the rebels. So the rebels were scared off when the rebels could have easily taken it. And that could have changed things quite a bit. It took me so long to get comfortable touching the screen on my phone. Touching a screen was always a no-no. Ooh, what's going on? Having a phone. I missed a bit here. I'm still amused by the thing teachers used to say, you won't always have a calculator with you. And now we basically have computers on our phones. Of course, back then when teachers would say that. True. I guess we were all then. Even then, like we were starting to get calculators on our phones anyway, and it wasn't touchscreen. Like it was just like your like the old school phones with the buttons you could use as a calculator. They had the program on them. Program, not app. Program. Having a phone we would carry around with us wasn't something anyone really considered. I did, but that's because I firmly believe we'd get to Star Trek Future when I was a kid, and I couldn't wait for my tricorder. Yes, bring the tricorders. We want the tricorders. Let me grab another sugar box. Don't be so comfortable to get comfortable touching the screen of my phone. Touching a screen was always a no-no. That's a true thing. That's very true, Luffy, because like we were raised with the concept of like, no, you don't touch the phone screen. You don't touch the screen because then you'll have to clean it and it'll get dirty. Like, I don't think kids realize that these days that was a whole thing. Like, you do not touch the screen. Nowadays, kids are trying to swipe books and magazines as if they're phones. Rubico, morning. It's wonderful to see you. How are you feeling? Also, did you guys know that today is traditionally the day that that Irish people put up their Christmas decorations? Did you know that we had a traditional day for putting up our Christmas decorations? 8th of December. Yep. Well, if I'm older than you think, I'm referring to when phones were stuck on walls and just having a cordless phone was a big deal. So the phone back then didn't have anything programmed in. No, it did not. Jeez, you have one of those? A cordless phone? Jeez, we did not have that. Like it was all the like the phone was connected to the rest of the phone. Having a cordless phone was a big deal, I suppose, wasn't it? That was the big deal. Yeah, no, we didn't get one of those. No, not one of those fancy things. Actually, I don't think I knew anyone. Like anyone who I knew had a cordless phone. Was not really didn't see them very often around Ireland. Are you my friend? I'm okay. A bit tired and still feel wonky somewhat, but I'll be all right. Well, I'm glad to hear that you're on the mend. And looking forward to hanging out with you sometime soon. We're grabbing blocks for Fool. The fuzzy old TVs was a weird sensation. Yeah, the old cafe retrieves. Those are cool. As a trained teacher, I get annoyed at the effort to exclude phones from the classrooms instead of using them as part of education. Look, phones are not being in the classroom. It's a funky thing because it's what do like the thing is, I'm a trained teacher, and if I don't know honestly, like I think it's important to be able to know how. I don't think we're worried really about kids not being able to use their phones. They know how to use their phones. The issue is, I think, currently with how phones are and how difficult it is to regulate how phones are used by individuals, I kind of feel like, yeah, it's not really a place to have phones in the classroom. At least if you're using, like, say, school laptops or school tablets or whatever, you can put limits on them a lot more than you can do in a phone. And I know there are limits that you can put on phones, but the thing is, like, there's kids will find ways around them and stuff. Whereas at least if, like, you can limit a laptop or a tablet to the school network and stuff like that, so there's protections you can put in place. So yeah, it's a funky thing. Technology in the classroom, like, it's so new as well, or we're still learning how to manage it. So yeah. I was so convinced as a kid that adults wrote all wrote in cursive as an adult. Now I'm annoyed. Oh, cursive. No, I just write in scribbles. That's what I do. That's my handwriting. My handwriting is scribbles. It's not cursive. It's not even letters. It's just like, and then I have to hopefully interpret it later. Luffy, you had a rotary phone. The ones I remember were the touchpad, and not quite that old. I think we did have the one we did have one of those phones where you had to rotate the dial. That was fun. And then my parents got a one with buttons instead of a rotary one, and that was like, oh, we can press buttons to get the numbers now. Amazing technology. I think it was like 5 or 4 at the time. It's also where uh, I remember distinctly one memory of I wanted to ring someone, and I think I might have been 5 or something, and I got a phone number, and the problem is I kept getting it wrong. So you know what you're supposed to do when you get the wrong when you make a wrong number, you hit the receiver to reset it. I thought I'd done that, but what I'd actually done is I hadn't hit it down. So I thought I redialed the number, and then some random person picks up the phone on the other end and is like, "Hello," and I was like, what, 4 or 5? I didn't even realize I wasn't even calling. It wasn't even supposed to be a prank call or anything. It was just me hitting a wrong number, hoping that I was trying to reach my friend or something. And there's me, poor innocent little me, not really terrified of this weird person who was on the other end of the phone. I was like, no, and I think I just hung up. I did figure out how to hang up the phone properly. My concern with technology in the classroom is that for school districts that can't afford it, where I was a student teacher and there weren't enough books for each student to have one when I started. Hearing about the laptops in the classroom, that was the first thing I thought of. What about the kids who can't afford them, the school districts that can't afford the tech? Yeah, I can get into that topic in a second if you like. I was like one of the last age groups taught cursive in school. They're still teaching cursive in schools in this country. Like in primary schools here, they still teach cursive. Laptops are only used in the classroom for like computer time. Like they don't. Some of them will use it like if they need learning support and stuff. But yeah, like most primary schools here will still just use we'll just be using I'm going to fall down if I do that. I'm gonna most primary schools here still just use the normal books and stuff like that. Though actually our government has put in place a couple of schemes to try and put in supports for families that might have difficulty buying books and stuff, because buying school books expensive. But there are supports out there for those families that need it. I suppose that's the handy thing about it being on a national level rather than a state level. But then again, we're not big enough to have more than one state. So yeah, I don't think they teach it here now, or if they do, it's just shown and not required learning. I'm pretty sure my own school district brought back teaching cursive after stopping after a few years. Yeah, still pretty common here, I think, to teach cursive. I don't know whether they should or shouldn't, but yeah. Hearing about laptops in the classroom was the first thing I thought of. What about, yeah. I think what happens in secondary school here, which is age 12 to 18, because my brother and his wife are in secondary school education, so I know about this. So they do, most secondary schools at this stage, they're all using laptops or tablets. Probably the most frustrating thing is all the kids, all the families, if you want to use a book, you have to buy a book. Like you have to buy a brand new book as if you're buying a physical copy. And the textbooks are, again, expensive. Even though you're putting it on your laptop. And you're not like, think about it, everyone here, I'm sure, is familiar with what you call it, like secondhand books and stuff like that. Like everyone's familiar with that. The idea of you get your secondhand books when you're going to school. Like I definitely got secondhand books when I was going to school, in both primary and secondary school. But these days in Ireland, one of the things that is a bit of a unfortunately growing industry is there's a bit of a war against secondhand books and secondhand buying of books. Or if you're using a tablet or laptop, you have to buy the physical book now. Whereas when you got a secondhand book, it was always cheaper. Like you were able to get a cheaper book for your for secondhand than you would if you were buying brand new. So it was always a way to kind of like save a little bit of money. But now you don't. Now there's a lot of schools, especially at secondary school level, where you don't have the option. You have to buy brand new. And what's happening is that a lot of them are, instead of reusing the same book the next year, they are producing some new material in the book each year, so that you can't even use a copy from last year. You have to use a new one, if that makes sense. So you always having to buy new books every year. And it's just like the money the people who make these textbooks in university, for secondary schools, like they must be raking it in. There's a reason. There's a lot of them are teachers. Like it's a way for them to make a little bit of extra money on the side. At this stage, like they're the teachers whose books are being used. They're making a bit more than little money on the side. So they're doing very well out of it. First, there was one subject at which I did not excel until 7th grade, when I had a teacher who pointed out that R's and S's have a point. When I slowed down enough to write those two letters correctly, my handwriting improved immensely. My handwriting just got worse and worse towards the end of primary school. Then in secondary school, it got better at the beginning, and then it got worse again. I did have to make sure it was good enough for my exams, though, because all my exams were written. So, yeah. Elementary, middle, high schools provided books for us, but they were always pretty worn down and used. College is a very different story. Oh, geez, universities. There's something that I'm glad I didn't actually have to buy any books for in my degree. Because, like, I know of people who did have to buy textbooks and stuff for their degrees, and, like, geez, those were pricey. That was over the top as well. Quinny, how are you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, we're just chilling and chatting and mashing shrooms. Actually, I might switch over to, let me see, how far are we? We're pretty close. Let's see if we can get we'll fill out this shulker box, and then we'll get to some building. Buy this book for $300. All you need is a pink coat in the front. Yep. It's a tough one to do, because you also have the people who are just like trying to make some money out of it as well. And then it's just some people abuse the system. I think my old district stopped teaching analog clock reading when after my age group too. Hopefully they're brought back, but I know a few of my younger peers couldn't read clocks. I've caught, I think, a YouTube video on that at one point. I did catch a YouTube video on that at one point where someone asked, I think they were asking their college students if they could read an analog clock, and like all the kids got caught out by it. Did we get taught typing in our school? I seem to remember that. See, we had a little bit of a computer lab in my primary school, which actually was very new. It was only brought in like the last, I want to say 3 or 4, maybe 2 or 3 years of my primary schooling. So that's like 6 years without a computer lab, and then 2 years with one. So we got a little bit of time with computers each week. I think they tried to do some typing with us at one point, but we didn't really do a huge amount. Actually, what ended up happening at one point is my parents ended up buying us a computer game which taught us how to type. And do you know what? I really enjoyed it. I don't know if my siblings enjoyed it, but it was the kind of thing that I was like, yay, typing. I'm learning how to type. So, yeah. Which probably was a very satisfying thing for my mother, because she trained, when she was did she do it in school? She might, like, she did it when she was in college. She did a typing course, like the like on a proper like typing the old school typewriters as well. Because like that would have been the thing back in the day. I think she did do a bit of it on an old school Apple computer from like back in the 80s or something like that. A long time ago. The 80s. Imagine computers in the 80s, guys. They weren't big. They weren't tiny little things. Anyway. Pause in typing town. I learned to type on a manual typewriter. That's a story in itself, related to me being blind in one eye. You know, it's like we had a typewriter in the house, and I'm pretty sure I played around with it for a bit as well. It was like, I think I tried doing some writing on it at one point. Yeah, I had a typewriter in my room when I was in my teens, and I started doing some writing on it. Big floppy disks for games back in the 80s and 90s. I didn't ever have one of the big ones, but I did like the, you know, the ones which are about the size of a coaster. So like this size. Did have a few floppy disks that size. Though I will say did we ever have that on? Yeah, actually we did have a couple of games on those floppy disks. Our first family computer did have CD-ROM as well, so we did have those games too. Okay, I'm gonna pop these away for Fool. Yes, they got smaller as years went on. Yeah, I do remember like that there are bigger ones. I just haven't. I don't think I've ever had one. I think I've ever played with one of the big, huge ones. Okay, let's do... Where do I put these? I'm just gonna pop them in here. And I'll just remember to message Fool. Actually, I'm gonna do that now so that I remember. Popped 2 shulkers of wart blocks in the crimson chest. Just that way I don't have to remember later. Thank you for the footy hydrate. Thank you for the hydrate footy. I think there were disc jackets for numerous floppies for one game. Yes. That was so funny. It's like now, like thinking back on it, like if you wanted to start up one of those computers. I remember my dad brought the computer home from work once or twice, and he needed like 2 floppy disks just to get it started. Like he'd put the floppy disk in, and then you'd have to take out the next one to continue the boot. That's another funny thing about stuff has changed. How many kids know why the save icon is what it is? Yeah, I remember seeing an interview. Anyone seen Young Sheldon? So those actors were brought onto, I think it was like the live show or so the Late Show or whatever it was, and I think it was Jimmy Kimmel or whatever, whoever the host was. They put out a bunch of stuff from the 80s, and they had to identify what it was, and they did not get what the floppy disk was until like someone had to explain it to them. So funny. Okay, let's put you guys away, and we're going to gather some resources for building some islands. Okay, let me have a quick look and see. I think we used polished basalt, was it? Smooth basalt, mud, and deep slate. And then we always use mycelium. Okay. Should have some dirt here. Ooh, that's not a lot of dirt. I think we're going to need to get some dirt. Do we have any grinders online? Trog and Colby are online. Okay, I'm going to walk over to the shopping district and we'll buy some dirt. Should have enough here. Yeah. Remember getting our first computer and that had an actual desktop screen, and I thought it was crazy that you didn't have to type in something to open a program. Yeah. Our first computer for the family was well, Alfie, do you mind if I grab a little bit of dirt from the industrial district? I don't mind doing that either. I'm just conscious that I don't want to take away from all the others' use. For those on YouTube, Alfie has entered the chat. Okay, good. We are saving our logs. Not that we actually need to save logs in the Nether Kingdom. We're building Outhouse Parker Island. Tempting. We might do that. I think I probably need to figure out where that's going to go. The nice thing is, if we're doing this, we could just fly there. Oops, spoilers. Does look pretty cool in the distance. Uh-huh. Oh, whoops. What did I do there? That's weird. So, there is a question. What are people's first computers? Which is kind of a funny conversation for those of us who really do remember that moment where we're like, oh wow, Windows 95. What an amazing invention. We can play games on it. We've got Minesweeper. Mm-hmm. Well, thanks, Lip. You IBM Aptiva 486. I'm not even sure what that is. You had an old Windows 95, yeah. Windows 98 coming out. Remember that? With a DOS of like 89 or the 90s. Trog seems to be popping in and out a bit. I love that potato. That potato is staying there. It's iconic. Okay, we don't actually need a lot of dirt. We just need enough to build some islands, and the islands don't really take a huge amount of dirt. I don't know computers, but our first one was a huge unused DOS. My parents were both big gamers, so I just always had computers in my house. Yeah. I am very curious to see how my nephews grow up, because both my sibling and their spouse, like they're both gamers. They both play PlayStation. And they've got PC and everything, so like it's technology is everywhere. It's I'm just curious to see how life treats them, and I was like, I know there's other households which are maybe not quite as technologically big into things. I'm just going to take 2 seconds. I need to just, it's gotten warm in this room and I need to take this jumper off. Ooh, excuse me. Here, have a look at the mask. That's more comfortable. Feeling old, hearing you spell out DOS. DOS, but I can say DOS as well. Buddy, I don't plan on dying. At least not today. Bones of the Tech that really blow me away with their advancements. So true. I grew up played on shared EverQuest 2 account where I really just played around in character creation because EverQuest 2 character creation was very fun. Oh, yeah. Our college did have a Vax lab where we could get online, but they were linked somehow. I never understood. Oh, Miss Maury's dad refurbished computers. The screen just orange and black, and Dad made sure we knew the DOS. Oh, that's so cool. It's really all you wanted to do in your 5, yeah. I grew up on World of Warcraft, Classic and RuneScape. Oh, I think I obviously I knew about the games like WoW and RuneScape. Well, didn't really know much about RuneScape, but I knew about WoW. I just never got into it, I suppose. I think that's probably because like as I was growing up, we just didn't watch I think I made I don't think I've got any basalt here. Do you have any basalt? Oh, it's in here. Like we just didn't watch. We weren't really online that much. Like we had dial-up internet until I was like from, when did we get dial-up internet even? We were young. We were young when we got dial-up internet. No, we weren't that young when we got dial-up internet. It's because we were like, I think if I cook this up, this should do, yeah, let's cook that up. So we had dial-up internet for a while. We didn't get broadband until I was like 16, I think, 17. It just like it was just like like we just didn't go online really because like we didn't have like dial-up internet was just if you went online, you were gonna run up a big phone bill. So yeah, it was not affordable really. My husband and I didn't meet in the Vax lab, but it was part of how we started hanging out. Oh, that's cool, Luffy. Remember a website when I was in high school that was called Math Help or something. It was like a browser in a browser, so we could bypass the school's internal internet blocks. Oh yes, those kind of things. I've forgotten how those worked. Ask your parents' permission before going online. Yeah. I'm pretty sure there was one occasion where I did actually go online once, and I accidentally may have run up the bill a little bit because it was what you call it? It was you know what I mean. Quick check. So we're doing. I've got all the blocks I need. I'll grab some deep slate as well. And did I have some stairs as well? We can make some stairs. We'll make a few stairs. How about 10 for now? See you in a sec, Slip. I had internet in my room quite soon as I had it for my homework. Wi-Fi for the win. We didn't need internet for our homework. We didn't need internet for our homework. It was just like not like in primary, not in school anyway. There was absolutely no need for us to use the internet for our homework, except for 1 year where we had to build a website. But I think we did that all in school. So, yeah, internet was just not something that was needed in school when I was in school. Secondary school, sorry, a university, it was needed. But my parents met because my dad got mad because BTA kept beating his high score on the laundry room Pac-Man machine. BTA was your mother? Oh, that is legendary. They met over Pac-Man. That is iconic. Oh, I love that. Cool math games. Yes. Okay, I think I've got my blocks for building the islands. I think what I'll do is I'll focus on building little islands, and then we can worry about the shrooms that go on top afterwards. We can even worry about we'll do the mycelium later as well. Stickier than slime. GG's. The B achievement. My mom and dad met at college from boards and hated each other, and then met in real life, and my mom didn't know who he was, but my dad knew who she was. Oh, that's cool. I remember the story about my grandmother meeting my grandfather. That was one which I like, because so they're both from the southwest of the country, but they were both living and working in. I think we could probably get quite a few little islands over here. Do we want to do a little forest here? Or do we want to just work on some islands out here? I actually might. Let's put some islands in and around this area here. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Start getting some levels in. Yeah, so my grandparents, they met on the train coming back from London, heading down to the southwest of Ireland. Because in those days you didn't fly. What you did was you got the train from London to Holyhead, which is where you get the boat. You get the boat over to Dublin, and then you get the train down from Dublin to wherever, like the southwest of Ireland. So that was, they met on the train. However, it was, my grandmother had brought maybe a little bit too much luggage with her. And yeah, someone was complaining, and then my grandfather, I think, negotiated the dispute and calmed the things down. So they ended up chatting away on the train because my grandmother was a chatter. So, and that's how they ended up meeting. On the way back from London, I suppose it probably wasn't uncommon for Irish people to meet, who were living and working in London, to meet up at time, meet other Irish people. I think, do we go down lower? I think it would be easier if we work down. I'm going to check and see how I feel about this. I feel like it should be lower. Let's grab taxi. Corny's currently over at the other thing. I want to try something. So this is something I saw False Symmetry do in Cleo's video the other day. You grab your leads, and then, oh. Let me try this again. Okay, you go there. And you go there. Let me try this. Uh-huh. Can I reach the lead? If I can reach the lead, I can do this. Tharbar, how are you doing? Good to see you. Come on. Will this work? Just need to grab the lead. Come on. Nope. No, it's too far away. So I saw this done on a horse where basically you can carry the lead while riding the horse, but I don't think you can do it with a happy ghast. Oh well. It's fine. We'll just take that, put that away. Where did you drop your lead? And taxi. You're going the wrong way. Just need to move the fence up a block. Okay, right. I'll have to move my fence into a better position then. Okay, I think this is a good location. If we go down here, just by a wee little bit. Think there. We got our location. Location, location, location. I actually don't like the program's location, 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 because the problem is that they show all the people who could afford crazy prices and stuff like that for housing and say, oh, look at this, you can get this too. It's like, no, I can't, because you're showing off property that is unaffordable, or it's a holiday home, and the holiday home is, again, for those who can afford to have a second house in another country on the continent to go visit occasionally and then have their friends go to, or as probably happens far more often, get used as an Airbnb for most of the year. Sorry, I'm not bitter about the housing crisis. No, 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 not at all. No, not me at all. I'm not giving out about the housing crisis. No, no, we'll sit here and we'll have talk about fun stuff instead of things like that. I think we could do. See, these are nice small little islands. They don't need to actually be particularly big. I think I might throw in a little bit of mud here. So that could be mud. Would you go up one more layer? Again, I think that should be... No, not that block. We can go retrieve those blocks in a second. And then we can break that and do this. I think if we do... Will we lead it towards the... In a way, towards the island? Yeah, we'll lean towards this island, and that way it can get... No, it should lean in towards the shade, shouldn't it? Yes. Okay. So, mushrooms like shade. They like dark and dank, so we're going to get this mushroom to kind of like go more that direction. I'm pretty sure I covered up all the dirt, so it's not really visible. Yeah. Generally tried to do that instead of having it visible. So I'm going to do this, and this will be bits of mycelium here. Cover you there. Bum, bum, boo. Place that there. A little bit more of that there. This block here I want as mud, so I'll have to go get some water to do that. I think I might make this here mud as well. don't like that. But I do think that this could go good. Gook good. Gook good is a new word, guys. I'm going to trademark it. Gook good is the thing. Okay. Yep, little island. We'll put a little shroom on it. And actually, I don't want to wait. I want to go get my shroom and mycelium. So, mycelium and 2 bottles of water for the mud. Thankfully, we've got plenty of water here. And shroom. So, quick. Welcome back, Slipshot. What did I use for a stem here? Okay, so I kept each of the stems like this. So, red mushroom, we could do... I think close to this shroom, it's good to do contrasting colors to the shroom. So, I think we do a brown mushroom there. How are we doing for stem? Ooh, is that all the stem we have? Oops, excuse me. Okay, well, we'll use up the stem that we have. I'm going to bring over mycelium. Bam mushroom. Yeah, I think we need to just do some farming. I haven't made a stem farm's not as easy to make as the others. We're using firefly bush each time. I think they're all going to have orchids. Okay, we'll use the orchids, firefly bush, and I need to bring over a button as well. Okay, so orchids. Here. We'll bring over a rock. Actually, I'll use a polished blackstone. It's a good one for it. Flower, rocks. I want to use some brown mushroom for this one. Have the mycelium. Have the water bottles. Let's go. Here are the ads on Twitch. I found out that YouTube also has gives you some control over ads on your streams as well. I'm still just kind of figuring it out though. The Twitch one seems to be a little bit more intuitive. But then again, that's just probably because I'm used to it. Okay, let me see. I don't want to overpower the location of this. Syra Bees, thank you so much for the stretch. Oh. Also, if Viking is open, I might pop over and congratulate him on his 1000th stream at some point. So let's replace this one with mycelium. It's not it's not your celium, it's mycelium. How tall do I go? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I only need 3, and I forgot the shroom light. Dum ba dum bum bum bum. I don't have any shroom lights here, do I? Okay, we'll go grab one from the chest that I have been farming from. You know, I kind of like the guys just roaming around. Like when you fly all over the place. And 3. It is probably a nice idea. I think maybe I'm going to keep the ones that are high up though, because we're going to put more lower down. I think I can keep the ones that are higher up all about the same size or same height. Oh, excuse me. So yeah, that's kind of like, I think what I'm going to do for the beginnings of these. Now I need to do this and then dam. 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 That way I don't have to worry about the sides of the shrooms. Ando. So yeah, I think like taller shrooms down below. Like these shrooms don't need to actually grow. These shrooms I think up top should have like the feel of like, okay, we don't actually need to get that high, because if we go too high, we'll have too much sunlight and all that jazz. And like, you know the way shrooms are, they're not particularly pushed on sunlight and stuff. So they want to keep it nice and dank and dark as much as possible. So I think that's a good way to do it. Let's see what it looks like. Let's see what it looks like. And then we can come back in, and if we want to change the height, we can. I have made a boo-boo. Can I do this? Ah, oh, score. Let's see how this looks. Taxi, you're in the way. Ooh, okay. So this is what brown mushrooms would look like if they were the shape of red mushrooms. Shroom lights in a shroom. I know. Revolutionary. Mr. Meow31, thank you so much for following me on Twitch. Welcome into the chorus. If you want to let us know how your day is going, please do. If you want to just sit back and relax, that's also fine. And that is the wrong axe. If I want to take those, I'll use my pickaxe. I do like the idea of not bringing the cap all the way down. I'm just debating whether to do it with this one a bit. Yeah, let's try. Let's start doing a bit more shape variety. Why are you not flying? Okay. I think what I'm gonna do, and actually I'm gonna deliberately leave the Taxi, I need you. Okay, Taxi, we're gonna use you. That way it should be easier. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to deliberately leave the that underside texture. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No killing. So if we do the underside texture, that could look pretty cool. As if you see it. Right. Just a second. Whoops, wrong button. Let me do free cam for a second. I kind of like the idea of having like, I think just like a little bit of lopsidedness is cool. Something else I want to try. And this is going to require doing something like this. If we just have this texture here. Oh, that's going to wreck this one here, isn't it? Okay. If we do this, we can take off some of the texture like this. I'll do that one as well. I have to do underneath as well, though. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, do that. So we're playing around with that like exposed texture as well. We lost our little rock, it's fine. Okay, let's see. How does this look? With the streamlined shows, you can put up pale oak trapdoors over it. That's true. So I think if we just need to maybe remove that singular block there. That'll make it feel less. It'll look better from that side. Taxi. I love that this guy is called Taxi. It's a great name. I just like Taxi. You need to take me somewhere now. Mm-hmm. Good advice, Slipshot. Okay, that's good. And what about from this angle here? We'll probably see it from over here. I like it. Okay. Now, we don't have enough mushroom stem to do any more, so we need to actually do some farming of mushroom stem. Well, we thought we could get away without more mushroom mashing. Tharbar, I'm not quite sure what you're saying there. Is it supposed to be glow light? I'm not sure. Glow lichen? Got a couple of guesses there. Okay, let's tidy up our inventory, put these things away for when we're going to be using them, and actually get some more resources so we can build some more of these islands. So vault goes in here. Stone in here. Deep slate here. You in here. Gaeilge. Huh, I haven't heard that word before. Well, fáilte seach man tá chuige go tá is féad le é such. I'm curious to see what it says in the big dictionary. I do sometimes go to old school with the dictionary stuff. Let me see. G-L... E-O-I-T... Yeah. Actually, I didn't know that word. Gaeilge. Gaeilge. Pretty, lovely, charming, delightful. Well, now I know. I was confused. As I said, Irish is my second language, not my first language. So, but anyway, tá cead go gáilge ú sin seo mas mí leat. Ach mar so was a got nil gach focal rolls so Dala may fucking you and you. And that is me saying that I am learning new words in Irish today. Woo! Okay, let's grab some blocks and make some mushrooms. Yes. I'm going to use the brown ones, I think, for the thing today. I need to grab my Silk Touch axe so I can do this quickly. Let's grab some bone meal. Le bone meal. And back to shrimp mashing. Gaeilge. I think that's how it's pronounced. Again, it's a new word to me, so I'm probably not getting it perfect. Yeah, I should see if I could get that design for the mushroom mashing farm for stems and that Acorn was talking about. Because at the moment it's all manual, and I know it's manual with that other farm as well, but it would be useful. Who else is online? David is also... I thought David was doing creative server stuff, but he must have got busy with other stuff. Glocha is my attempt to spell it phonetically. Yep, that sounds correct. I need to go up. We're going up, up, up. It's my moments. Sorry. Back to doing silly, stupid things again. Spokolin okay, actually. And by the way, I have a friend who's from America, and she's got kids in school here, which means all the kids are learning Irish. And one of the things one of the things she likes to describe Irish as is that it's the language with all the curse word, which sounds like it's cursing all the time. Um, Mainly because of the word for the Irish word for sea. So the Irish word for sea is fech, which if you're not careful how you say it, can sound very similar to another F word. Um, so yeah. Also, when we talk about words, the Irish for word is fuckle. Yes, you heard it correct, fuckle. It is not a curse. It is a word meaning word. So, no, níl éon focal dána an seo, tá much ceart go leir. So yeah, my American friend has nicknamed it the language of the curse words. Because she feels like a lot of the words that she hears are like, oh, that sounds inappropriate. I think the thing that is annoying in schools though is that like when they do teach you languages, they tend to avoid teaching you about um like actual language that people use a lot of the time daily and stuff like that. And that is like things like the fuckles the bad words and stuff. The stuff that people would obviously use in like just casual conversation and stuff. Like it is part of culture to know those things as well. And I kind of feel like one of the things that the the education system in Ireland has taken advantage of a little bit, I think, is by sanitizing the language a little bit occasionally, especially since it was education in this country for a long time was run by the church. I think they figure you'll find out those words in your own lull. And she'll come on no I'm sure if we law her fair well no she needs to skin you know it's like a couple of days in like and like they sheer like a rashkadi and an okadi agus an okadi like neither of the kind of focus I'm sure you didn't find those words as much. They kind of figure that people figure them out. They figure them out. I think is people figure them out, but they don't learn about them in colloquial context. Like it's one thing to like you can learn about like people will find like the words for sex and stuff like that in the dictionary and like for body parts and things, but like it doesn't put you into cultural context. Say, okay, how bad are these words actually in this language? Like I've heard people talk about Japanese and how in Japanese there isn't really any cursing or bad words like the way there is in English. Whereas so you could look up the words that you think, oh right, yeah, these are the silly nasty words in English. It's like, but when you say them in Japanese to a Japanese in Japan, they're like, why are you making a big deal about that? That's like not a big deal. But then you say something else and you're like, oh no, you can never say that. So like cultural context, so important. When I was learning German, one of the chapter introductions was asking for directions, and the example was asking for directions in the movie theater playing Conan the Barbarian. Conan de Barbara. Well, yeah, it's like we learn about it's. I think it's an important part of culture that sometimes I think it gets neglected when you're learning about language. Is like you learn the words and the translations, but then you miss out on like some of the cultural cues and sayings that just don't make any sense otherwise. Like, sorry to typo, that should have been Barber. Barbara would have been funnier. Conan the Barbara, because Barbara's a name as well, I suppose. Um, so there's at least a good number of mushroom stem. I think we'll go for a stack and then we can get doing. A lot of schools give you like the formal version of language. So true. Yeah, they do. And like that was definitely like there's an official another thunderstorm. Wow. That's 2 in one day. But yeah, we have like a standardized version of Irish that's taught in schools. So then again, like if you're learning German in school, you're going to learn Hochdeutsch rather than one of the local variants of the language. I'd say Spanish here, probably. I think the Spanish that's probably taught here is most likely Castilian. So like the Spanish that we've spoken in Madrid. But that negates the fact that like there's multiple dialects in Spain of Spanish. And then of course you got Spanish across the world. Like I imagine like the Spanish that's often taught in the US might be more Latin American Spanish rather than the Spanish of Europe. So there are so many Shanachal and terms as Gaeilge that we use without knowing the actual context or meaning behind. Shani, yeah, like the one that the example that I always think of is Ati Chirogala, which literally means a beetle will recognize another similar beetle. Like it's like for like. I can never remember the English version of that phrase. Is like what would be the English equivalent, but that's the idea. It's like you have all these little phrases, and it's important to note to kind of like it's a. But the thing is, like that might just be something that is taken from one part of Ireland. It might not be a common phrase across the whole of the island. Like think about it. In Ireland alone, you've got many different uses of English. Like nobody in Dublin goes around and says bye, whereas in Cork, in the southwest of Ireland, using the word bye is a boy is bye. Like how you doing bye? That'd be a fairly common thing in parts of that part of the country. Whereas in Dublin, more likely to get like what other phrases turns of phrase would you use? Jay's your one. Jays would be very, very, very common use in language. Pot calling the kettle black, maybe. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, even in the US, getting in New York and a deep Texan together, it can sound like a different language. Yes. Like Southern American, like the dialect, yeah. Like French. I'm sure French spoken in France is different than French spoken. Yes. Quebecois are very, very, very proud of their dialect of French and it being unique. But even France, like you go to France, like Parisian French, like the French that's like kind of like the standard one that's taught like it's in European schools, is not the same French that's being spoken in other parts of France. Like a lot of French regions, which are not too far from Paris, would have their own dialects. Even like southern France has what's considered almost a separate language. Occitan is considered a separate language to French. It's not the same. It's quite different. Still a Romance language, but quite different. If you speak French in Belgium, again, it's going to be different to French in other parts of France. So yeah, my thoughts are great minds think alike, or like recognizes like the beatable other. Yeah, it's all about like basically, um, two people are similar will recognize each other kind of thing. Yeah, we had the French conversation in chat before. Lol, I grew up with Caribbean French, and when I went to France, I'd have people who didn't understand certain things I said. Yes. Okay, we've got enough shroom stem to last us for a little bit. Let's put the rest of it away. Maybe build at least one more island before we'll get maybe a couple of islands before stream. One of my favorite terms is Uachtaráin. We use it in the context of president is actually based on Uachtar, which is cream. Since cream is at the top of the barrel, I had never really thought about that term before. I always kind of wondered why Uachtar, because Uachtaráin sounded so similar to ice cream, but I never really thought about the context of the terms. So for those who do not know, as Sarbar has explained there, Uachtar is cream. Uachtaráin is ice cream or frozen cream. So every kid learned about Uachtaráin. But what lam Uachtaráin? I would like an ice cream. Like that was one of the things that I do was very every kid knew. A very important phrase. You need to know how to order your 99s. So yeah, Uachtaráin. But yeah, our president is known as Uachtaráin. Had not thought of that. I guess they had to figure out another word when they decided to give the office of the prime minister here the name Taoiseach instead of Príomh-Mhara. So yeah, for those who do not know, we have it in our constitution that our prime minister is known as the Taoiseach, which is basically chieftain, a word for meaning chieftain, and instead of being known as the prime minister. So Ireland has a Taoiseach, but all other countries that have got prime ministers, they aren't Taoiseach, they are Príomh-Mhara, which prime minister, first minister. So yeah, it's our one of our early Taoiseach, one of our early prime ministers had very high opinions of himself. So yeah, he decided to customize a few things about it, and hence the fact that we have he's got a specific term. And then when the office of the president was introduced into the constitution, they needed to come up with a new name, a new word, I'm guessing. So they had to figure out, okay, right, well, we need to figure out a word for president. Oh yeah, let's call him the cream of the crop. I don't know. We're probably using the word for president quite a bit earlier than that. Okay, so I need that. I need dirt. I gotta grab those bottles and just have them ready for mud again. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll just have 4 bottles of mud ready to go. Where's mycelium? There's mycelium. Put you away. I need to grab my orchids because orchids are awesome. So we have a brown mushroom over here. Excuse me. How thick do I want to make it? Like, I kind of feel like, do we want to go really thick and with a big forest? Do we want to go with a bigger forest or more sparsely spread out? feel like I almost want to just do a little bit of painting with this in creative to maybe do a little bit of planning. Hmm. Instead of doing creative, we can do what we can do is we can use let's use mini HUD. So we're gonna just make a bunch of little circles and get a little idea of just like how this could do. Shape render on. We're gonna add a little sphere here. Enable to configure. We're just gonna make you radius of about 6, I think. It's probably fine. No, that's too big. Configure. Yeah. Now I'm trying to think of any local sayings we have here, but I've remembered I'm terminally brain empty, so as soon as I have to actually think of these typical things. Yep, that's the brain doing the thing. It does the thing. Let's get a few at different heights. I think what was it, 4? What was this size? Yeah, it's 4. Okay. This start getting an idea of how this is going to look. We just put a whole bunch of little trees down and around the place, or little circles around the place. We can get an idea of just like what it's going to look like. Okay. Can definitely get some more down here. This is how I figured out the planets in season 1. I just placed a bunch of spheres around the place, adjusted their size and position. Well, tá tíir sem ba mé ag dul chola well slánachar. Well, intach tú a echel Harbar mar tá tú géirí teach teach agus ní mo go leirt tarsteach Táúpla duine eile duine duine eile timp a háte atá agus teach ornta ornta agus aon goil go chlumm so Rainos fearfáteach fe mé hu go lua. Slán. Thank you for popping by. I think this is good. Let's get another one over here. It's a very useful little thing. I've used it to make you could do these images, and I've done it with circles as well. You can make circles, and that way I could build a circle without having to build a template somewhere else and then bring it in. So it is quite a handy little tool to have. Now I do have to keep in mind that like we're going to have a bridge coming in this direction as well. So let's start bringing some down as well. I want to bring a little forest down here. Sphere, add shape, configure. The closest thing I can think of isn't even a saying law. It's just the "oh darling sweetheart love" that spontaneously manifests when someone says something that portrays that they have fundamentally misunderstood something. But have you ever used it for slime chunks or light rendering for farms? Yeah, very useful tool. Use it myself that way as well. Of course, the fun thing is I need to actually remove all these after I've got an idea. Oh, that's a good little spot, I think. Definitely get a few in here as the tree comes out. Maybe go a little bit lower. I think this would be a good spot for something that's maybe a little bit not gonna draw the eye too much, but just something maybe like brown or something. Oh, I'm loving how this area is growing. It's coming along so well. Sphere at shape. And let's throw another one over here. I might just use these locations. If these locations feel good, I might just use these as the locations of all the little islands. Yes, that's a good point. I need to remember that as they go down, the shrooms can be a little bit taller. I don't think I'm going to necessarily make the islands much bigger. I think I'm going to try and keep the islands very close to the same size. Like, this is probably one of the bigger ones. So, again, that's like, what, 4 deep? I think I might make the shrooms a tiny bit taller here or there. Maybe fan out a little bit more like the brown mushrooms do. Okay, I think I'm going to bring a couple out over here as well so that it's connecting a little bit to the stem. Configure. Let's move. You back. Just take a step back and have a look at this. Do another one over here. Just kind of makes this last item, which I always kind of feel like it's a little bit out on the edge. Needs a little bit of a tidying up, just like pulling in a little bit. Filling in the space a little bit. And then maybe one more here. Excuse me. I think that's looking good. I think we're doing good with that. Now, one of the things I do need to make sure we don't do is we don't go too low down, because we want a bit of a gap between the top here and where these little islands go. Oh, actually, we could probably squeeze a couple underneath the shroom, maybe, as well. How about back here? I think that's it. We'll get a better idea when we actually start building the rest of these. But I think we've got a little idea here. Maybe one more down here, I think, which is lower down. On this side, we're happy. Yes, I think that's it. Okay. We have our shroom locations. Out of curiosity, how many of these did I make? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 16, 17, 18. So we've got 18 little islands, 18 little trees, essentially, in this forest. Okay. Great. I should think that might technically be enough shroom, maybe. Okay, let's see. First of all, want to fix this. And do we want to pop over and say, no, we'll do it when we raid into Viking. That'll probably be better. Unless we've got something we do want to do a little gift or something for marking his 1000th stream. What do you gift a man who has all the farms? Like he's pretty much got everything that you could want. So, What doesn't he have that we could gift him for 1,000 streams? Thoughts? I wonder what we have. Oh, no, we've already given those to Vintage. We've already given Vintage a bunch of the those. Ender chest. He's got plenty of ender chests. Something silly. Something silly is a good idea. Vartini, how are you doing? Good to see you. We could... I wonder if he's got a map of his base. No, I don't know. A cat. He's pretty much got all the cats he needs. He's got so many cats. A renamed thing. Do I have any spare dogs? I wonder. Still. Could give him a dog. I think. Do I have a spare dog? Oh, does he have an LA? Oh, I don't know if he has an LA. Let's go bring him an LA. Because I don't know if he has one. That's actually a gift, I believe. An actual LA. Maybe a mushroom? Could do a mushroom, but he can buy mushrooms easier. Blue and yellow fireworks. True. Yeah, well, I do have one. I do, but I have an LA in down below in storage. Sorry, in one of our rooms downstairs. So let me just clear out inventory, and we're going to get Viking and LA. I should have Amethyst to duplicate him as well. So grab you. Mushrooms away. Don't need you right now. Okay, Mr. LA. We do actually have a name for this guy as well. This is Asatur. I'm pretty sure he was named by Mox. Come on, dudes. Yaha. Over here to the music box. I need a fence post as well, don't I? Just remembered. Here we go. Grab you. In storage. That sounds morally questionable. Come on, dude. In you come. Into the awesome place. That is awesomeness. We'll play some music. And we duplicate. And we duplicate. And we duplicate. And we duplicate. Yay! Okay. Which one has got the name tag? There we go. We put you away. And we'll go get another lead for the dudes. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, what are we going to call the dude? We need a name. Where did he go? I closed... Oh, there. Okay, here we go. Now, you come with me and just see a world of pure imagination. Wow. It's actually numbers representing... It's pure... Yeah. It's a world that's interesting. Naiad, which is... Oh, a Naiad would be awesome. And actually, I think you'd appreciate that as well, considering the joys of the Greeks and stuff like that. Okay. I need a fence post to put you on. You stay there while I go get a name tag. Everyone's getting a nice big spoiler there. Here come the spoilers. Defy imagination. Yes. Come with me and you'll see a world of pure imagination. Okay, that was a great option. So it was a naiad or nymph. Okay, question. Can I bring this guy through the nether and will he behave if I bring him through the nether? We've got a feeling that a lead will You know, you're not doing a great job of being safe. I think I might put you in a boat. Spruce always has boats. No boats in there. Acacia has boats for me. Yeah, because if I bring him in a boat, then I will be... Then he'll probably stay in the boat. Okay, come out. Come with me, dude. At least he doesn't take fall damage. Okay. Now. Down you come into the boat. Into the boat, dude. Into the boat. Into the boat. Yes. Okay. Just safer than the other way. Okay. Now, yeah, I'm gonna pop you on the lead. I will try and get you into the boat when we get back over there. Please don't go back through the portal. Don't go through the portal. Don't go through the portal. Don't go through the portal. Fabuloso. Which route has got the least amount of portals on it? I think... I suppose... No, we can't use... If we use a rocket, he's going to fly off. Okay, come this way. I think if I go this way... Yeah, we're doing good. Oh, Viking's got his silly portal at an annoying level. Okay, we'll use this one here and we'll walk him over from there. I'm assuming Viking's doing his mountain again, is he? Oh, wrong button. Here we go. Okay, straight through. Oh, of course. Not the end of the world. Right, now, let's go. And don't go in the portal. Aha! Fantastic. Okay. Hopefully it's walkable over there. He's over there. Great. Fantastic. Okay. Come on, Naiads. And don't break the lead. I know that's terribly difficult for you to do. They're underneath. Of course they're underneath. Why would they be on top? Come on, dudes. Come out from under the top bottom. Up here. Up here. Uppies. Okay. Up you come, dudes. Come on. You can do it. Come on, Naiads. Whew. Okay. He has not broken the lead yet. Is the gate going to get you? Come on. Okay, these things are... I see a happy ghast. It looks like a veteran, but it would help a lot because then I could just use the happy ghast to get over. Question though, what's the route over to the mountain? Okay, there's a happy ghast there. We're going to try and get in the happy ghast. Okay, come on, Naiads. Come with me. Okay, where's that happy ghast? I heard him. Oh, here you are. Come on, flying creatures. Let's meet each other. You're too high up now, Mood. Dude. I need a ride. And Taxi's not here. And I can't use my rockets. Okay, let's go. Yes! Okay, I do have Naiad with me. Whew. Okay, let's go bring Viking his present for 1,000 streams. I've no idea how many streams I've done, honestly. There's probably a statistic I could check to see how many streams I've done. Oh my word, this mountain. Dudes. It's huge. It'd be really funny if he actually wasn't here. The big man. People got too good transporting villagers, so they had to add more annoying mob. True. Yeah. Is my Naiad still with me? Yes. Just stuck under the happy ghast. Okay. Understand why Doc M burns and drowns Alaise. Oh, is it that frustrating? Oh, there he is. Okay, I can see him.
I have a plan. It's gonna be great. Muck, welcome in. Thank you for the raid.
Knock, knock.
How was your stream, dude? What'd you get up to today? Dracion, thank you for the 100 bits. Oh my gosh, is that another hype train? Let's go!
Guys, Fish Prime. Fish Prime.
Oh, Fish Prime. Oh. Did you fly all the way over here with that happy gas, or is that at my happy gas?
This is one of your happy ghasts. I just...
Oh, okay, good.
It was the only way
There's no way you flew all the way here.
There is, but it would have been way too long. I bring a present.
You bring a present? Hold on, I'm going to land over here on this flat spot. That it's nice and... Oh, is it him?
It's him. Or her.
Wait,
I think it might be her. Yeah. 1,000 streams, dude.
How do I say this name?
I think it's Naiad. Naiad? It's according to Miss Mori.
Country of origin, please.
Greece. Ancient Greece.
It doesn't help me at all.
Ancient Greece.
Oh, ancient Greece? Oh, Naiad.
Naiad, yeah.
So,
yeah.
Congrats on duplicate you, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I haven't actually used Alaise yet in Skyblock Kingdom's history.
No, I haven't either. I found the original down floating at the void, naturally.
Well, I'll have to do something. You can duplicate them. Yeah, you can duplicate. You can duplicate Alaise by playing a jukebox. They'll start dancing, and you right-click them with a crystal from a geode, and they will become two.
Yep.
Here, buddy. Hold this.
And
hold,
two
hold,
become one becomes two.
I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna use him to help me do this.
Yeah.
Thank you. Also, thank you. Yeah, 1,000 streams today.
Congratulations! It's a great achievement. I've no idea what stream I'm on, but I think it's a great achievement. So,
if you really, really, really wanted to know, you could theoretically count every single. You could go back, right, and count every single stream in your analytics.
Uh-huh.
if you wanted
I
to.
could, technically.
Um,
The fun
yeah,
thing is, so many of my streams cross over the day as well, so
true.
that's fun. But anyway,
Yes.
congrats, dude. I'm gonna head off now, and yeah, have fun with the rest of
Have
your
fun too.
thousandth stream. And
Well, thank you. I'm just talking about random stories from ye olden days,
we did a
giving a
bit of that
networking
today.
lesson as well. So
Good times. We ended up talking about toilet paper at some point during the stream.
fair enough. We talked
Yeah.
about what were we talking about? We were talking about some other stuff. Oh
Mm-hmm.
wait, I forgot. I haven't. Mm, mm,
Mm-hmm.
sorry, brain fart. I just
Looking at
realized
mountain.
I didn't define this rib. There needs to be a block here.
Oh yeah,
I can do
that's
that right now.
that's that one
Oh,
that
yeah.
needs to be done. Well, okay, I'm gonna head off. You have fun. See you soon. Jim,
See you
can
later.
I leave Archie just Aki?
Yeah, you can
Just
leave
he can just fly around.
Achy. Short for
Achy,
Achilles.
achy. Achilles. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Got it. All right. See you in a bit. Bye. I think it's important to mark little milestones like that for friends in game as well. Oh, also, geez, Saduk1, thank you so Saduk1, thank you so much for the follow on Twitch. Welcome into the chorus. Well, let us know how your day's going. Please do. If you want to just sit back and relax, that's also fine too. But yeah, the mountain. Oh, dude, yeah, he's doing a great job there. I think that's going to keep him busy for quite some time. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, it's good times. Oh, Milkman's noticed about the 1K streams. Yeah, I think there might be a way to count. I'm not sure. There may or may not be. I'll have a look at some point. I'm curious if there is a statistic that I can check out. It's not going to be an easy one to follow because, like, am I 5 years streaming or 4 years streaming? I think come next spring, I'm 5 years affiliate. So, yeah, that's a decent amount of time. Okay, I'm going to turn off the shape render for now. We're not going to do this today. Shape render off. There we go. So yeah, I forget to set my stream to save to the VOD, so I lost my first one. No! Oh, Slip, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, it happens. It'll just be in our memories. Somewhere in my memory. Sorry, it's not somewhere in my memory. It is somewhere in my memory. It's just not the first words of the song. Okay, right. Let's pop this away. Right, gonna pop over to single player world now. Do a little bit of the Temple to the Watchers and fill that out. And yeah. So let's head out and go do that. By the way, just update on the video. I have been working on it. I was hoping to get it done today, but the build took me longer than I expected. I didn't actually get it finished until yesterday. So yeah, the video is probably going to be hopefully maybe Wednesday. It's also a busy week at work, so I'm quite limited on time and stuff. So I'll try. But I know you guys will be patient about it. Okay, number one on the YouTube side is Misamori 31. And then who got first again on Twitch? I think it was let's scroll down here. So first was Curiosity. Yes, Curiosity got first on Twitch side. Here we go. Curiosity is up to 4 firsts. Now, anything else I need to cover on that bit there? Okay, I think it's just stream streaks then today. So, first streak is Lynn Larson has made it a 35 stream streak. So, Lynn, you should be at Emerald. Yes, you are. So, Lynn is going up to 35. Amazing. I think our next one is Footies. Footy has reached the staggering heights of a 50 stream streak. Okay, so that puts Footy as in the top 3. So it's Footy, Slipshot, Mox in the stream streaks. Cryptid has reached a 3 stream streak. I'm going to pop that up on the wall as well. Did I write that the right number? Yeah, 70. You feel old. That's not something to feel old about. It's only a little while. Crypto Froggy is on the 3 stream streak. And I think that is all the streaks for today. Yeah, okay. Those are all the streaks for today. Okay, guys, we're going to see who I can send you guys out to today on the Twitch and the YouTube side. So, YouTube, let's see where I can redirect you guys to. Got a couple of options. I think, probably gonna send you guys over to Mig then on the YouTube site. Yeah, gonna send you YouTube over to Mig. And let me see, where can we rate on Twitch? You're very welcome, Axioma. Leon starts in half an hour, but there is people streaming now. I would be sending you guys to Leon if I was finishing at the same time as Leon was starting, but I am not. Leon is starting a little bit later. Okay, there's a bunch of people on the Twitch side as well. Oh, Alfie's back doing stuff on his Forever World. That's awesome. I need to do another stream for my Forever World again. I should do that. Okay, gonna send you to Mig on both sides actually. Let's send you guys all over to Mig, and that way it'll be a nice big raid over to Mig. Okay, so feel free to grab a raid message and say hi to Mig from me on both the YouTube and the Twitch side. And I will see you guys on Wednesday. Let me just do a quick check. Do I have a work thing that evening, or is it during the day? It is during the day. Okay, great. I don't have a work thing that evening, which means I will be streaming at the normal time on Wednesday. So normal time on Wednesday, which is 9 p.m. GMT. So see you soon, and have an awesome rest of your Monday. Even if it's only 21 minutes like mine. Good night, everybody. Slanzies. Au revoir. Bonsoir. Sayonara. Adios.